Hey, everybody, and welcome to my podcast. I am Lianne Shinton from Automation Dogs, and today I am going to be interviewing Felix Rosado. Hi, Felix. I love your name. And
Mhm.
he is from Dog Training Beyond. And then, as I mentioned, I'm from Automation Dogs. I'm a dog trainer myself. I love to talk with other dog trainers. And then my system that I built for dog trainers, we help dog trainers to have better customer service. So let's get started in talking about Dog Training Beyond. And I see like your tagline, superior results, superior services, serving. And I'm probably going to enjoy saying this one because it's a fun word to say, Poughkeepsie.
You wanna know what's even worse than that? Trying to spell it.
Did I say it right? Because I had to
Yeah,
say
right, you said it right, you said it right.
Poughkeepsie.
No, you said it right, Poughkeepsie. But
Poughkeepsie.
but try when I first moved here, I had to learn how I had to use the word. I had to learn how to spell it now, that's a pain in the butt.
I mean,
I've been saying Poughkeepsie for a long time, I just had to learn how to spell it.
so it's Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie, yep.
Okay, New York, and you've got that wonderful New Yorker accent. I just love listening to people with accents, so I'm really gonna enjoy our talk today. So thank you so much for joining me,
Yeah,
and
how you doing? Accent.
I like it. I like it so much. It's always enjoyable to me to listen to someone with an accent from wherever. And then I find that I'll start mirroring people, so by the end of the podcast, I may have a bit of a New York accent.
No, but that's fine me. That's fine me.
Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about like about you and Dog Training Beyond. Give us the gist.
Well, first off, if you were to ask me, a long time ago if I was about being a dog trainer, I would never have guessed that. Dog training came out of nowhere. I guess started at the beginning. I got my first dog and I wanted to learn how to be a better dog owner. I'm very psycho, very weird. Um, Before I even got my first dog, I was doing research. I was like, what type of bowls to get? How should I feed him? Should I get elevated? What's the best food? What type of dog do I want? And then I decided German Shepherd. Okay, what kind of German Shepherd do I want? Do I want? What kind of look do I want? Do I want this look, that look? So I spent hours and hours on the computer. Unfortunately, doing work at the time, just researching what dog I wanted, and then eventually I went to a few trainers myself, just like everyone else, and then I ran into my first mentor, and then he's like, I was telling him I wanted to bring my dog in for board and train because he did board and train type of thing, and he's like, why don't you join my trainer's course? I'm like, okay. He's like, you'll be able to get more out of it. I'm like, all right. I was currently in the police academy at the time. And as soon as I finished the police academy, I did his course, and then I stayed with him for like almost 3 years, hands on. And what really drove me to become a dog trainer was I worked with the canine department in my county, and I saw a lot of mistakes, a lot of stuff that was going shouldn't be going on. Even though I wasn't really skilled, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew it wasn't right. I'm like, I could do this. I could learn how to do this myself. So I did his course and stayed with him for almost 3 years, and then after that, separate part ways, and then started learning from different people, different trainers. And now you know there's such a world out there. You
Yeah,
know,
it sounds like you're kind well with researching that you did to find your first dog. I'm a planner, and I really enjoy that time when I'm maybe planning a vacation or a trip, buying a house. I love planning. So I totally get that process. I think a lot of pet owners, though, don't plan.
Oh,
And
they do the opposite. That's the best way to describe it. I'm like, the technology is so much out there, then I'm talking about 2006. I was online. There's
yeah,
so much more information out there now, so much more stuff that people don't know what to gain, don't know what even to begin, the right things. And now I was learning stuff like that back then, and I had more information.
yeah.
I don't know.
This
I don't know. Some people they just get a dog and wing it.
Yeah, I totally hear you, and I've had a lot of podcast episodes, and this topic has really not come up to dive so deeply into the research and that the the knowledge base is out there. One thing that comes to mind is we as dog trainers commonly have these cool videos of my dog jumping a jump or biting a bad guy, and she looks really cool and athletic, but she's a purposely bred working dog doing the work. And I would think a lot of folks out there probably see a cool video like that and they think, I want my own Malinois. And that's where we need to take a little step back and maybe ask ChatGPT pros and cons
Well,
of,
now it's now ChatGPT, but even like
yes,
5 years ago, there's still a lot of information out there to judge better. That wasn't out there now 20 years ago. Like I said, it's just that people are just not doing it. They just don't. They're just unfortunately people are gonna be that way, and that's the way things are gonna be. And unfortunately, people are gonna get the wrong type of dog. They're gonna get the wrong type of this. They're gonna do the wrong type. They're gonna be doing the wrong thing. Um, they're gonna do the wee wee pads, the puppy pad thing. They're gonna be doing the, you know, uh, letting the dog eat freely type of thing, letting the dog get control of the house type of thing. They're gonna be doing that. It's going to happen because that's the way people are. Um, I'll fight it. I'll try to fight it. It's just the way it is. It just sucks. It's just like in business owner, you get a lead, you get some good leads and you get some bad leads. You get everything. And I've had them all. I've had the craziest everything. I've had the craziest leads. I had the craziest appointments. Go on, and it's just unfortunately it's my luck or it just happens to me. But you gonna have it all. You gonna have it all, and you gonna have the people that just get the wrong dog and just do everything possible wrong.
hmm
You're just gonna have it.
yeah, you just gave such a great short list there. And that's where I think someone like you is a really good resource because you're very blunt about these things, and sometimes that is what people need to hear, especially if you can catch them before they get that dog. Because I think, like, to elaborate on that, it's not that it's the wrong dog, it's the wrong dog for your family, like square peg, round hole. Just like me going out and getting a dog that doesn't wanna work and wants to lay on the couch, and then I'm like, "Come on, buddy, we're gonna be a world champion dog." Like, I need to make sure that I have criteria and that dog checks the boxes for fitting
I
my
don't I
needs.
don't even bother anymore. And not to sound bad, but I don't bother anymore because I used to try to help people with that and warn people, and they still do it.
Yeah.
They get the wrong dog, and the sad part is sometimes they're lucky that they have success so far. But they just get the wrong dog. I try to warn them, and they just don't listen to me, and they get the dog, and lucky for them, it worked so far. They've had the dog for a few years, and nothing's happened so far. People, I don't bother anymore because people will do what they want to do. I have people I work with, they love me and stuff like that, and they still, I'm like, why you do that? Contact me.
Yeah.
I tell you, call me, find out. I had this dog, beautiful German Shepherd, female, very high energy. Um, what will you do with a high energy dog? Simple. When you're not home, you put the dog in the cage, right? Based upon that, the vet decided to put the dog on Prozac. It's like the dog doesn't need Prozac. The dog is just a high energy dog that needs to be maintained and controlled. That's the dog. She was a young. I think she was around one, under one, and she no. I'll say a German Shepherd high energy dog will destroy the house. So you put the dog in the cage when you're not home. The dog that doesn't mean they need Prozac. And
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you let me know? I'm like, this dog's on Prozac for no reason. And it wasn't even doing anything. So I get to a point that I don't even bother because um I'll let them know, but if they don't take it, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't.
I get where you're at, but I think it's good, like some of the to put it out there in hopes that maybe someone will benefit from this conversation today.
Well, absolutely, I hope so too.
The some of the lists that you brought up, like the pee pee pads, the free feeding, um, I'd like to dive into some of those. Like, why, as trainers, are we not super fond of those options? Throw a couple more out there and feel free to jump on like the topic that you'd like to kind of jump into. But purchasing two puppies at the same time that are siblings. Uh,
I've actually had that. I've had that a few times. And they work with me and it actually works out very well. Believe it or not, it works out very well. They just have to do some additional stuff, but it works out very well. Um, Actually, that's one of the ones that I'm not very doesn't bother me that much because if they do the work, it works out well. I've had that a few times. Had this very nice guy. He took he turned I guess his 50s or something like that. Retired. What does he do? He buys two puppies, two German Shepherd puppies. He literally bought one, went down the street and bought another puppy, you know, and they were same age they were very close. And he's like, this is what I want to do as I retired. I want to celebrate in a way, and this is what I want to. I'm like, okay, let's get to work. And it turned out very well. It turned out very well. You just had to do some extra work, but it turned out very well. That's one of the ones that don't bother that really doesn't bother me too much.
yeah. Um, I think as trainers, sometimes we can see fights, with the 2 puppies as maybe they go through adolescence, even if they're not related. But I have a stepsister, you know, and you become like siblings, and you're going through adolescence at the same time, so, you know, it's like you don't wanna share. So something can come up that can cause some conflict within the sibling rivalry, so I think that's why as dog trainers, you know, we're, like, a little bit triggered if someone calls, they said, "I have 2 puppies, I've got them at the same time." But I love that it's okay. It's okay that folks have not done the research and they've kinda got themselves in a bit of a bind. I am here and let's deal with it. I love that.
Yes, I always tell them, I'm like, let's get to work. Let's just
Yeah,
do it. It's too late already. You got the two puppies, right? You're not gonna what you gonna do? Get rid of one, put in the shelter. So they have now the
yeah.
dog. We just have to. You just have to work harder, and that's what they have to do. Either work harder or pay the consequence of not doing the work. And no, so far I've had success with that, and it's not very often, but it has happened a few times. And and they put the work into it because they really want it, and it works out nicely. So that's one of the few. If I had to think about it, like which one's the one that gets me the most, like the one that I hear on the phone, and I'm like, oh, what? Like I don't know what would get me the most.
I got one. Livestock guardians in, like, an apartment type situation. That's kinda triggering for me because that's a tough one sometimes, like a Great Pyrenees, you get the lazy ones that are just wonderful, and they just wanna lay around, and they're so perfect. They wanna sit in
Yeah,
the backyard, though, they don't like to be in the house, but that can be really challenging, even with a German Shepherd in an apartment, if it's
I haven't had that really. I haven't had that one really, a guardian a herding dog in the apartment because it's my area.
mm,
It's less apartments than housing and stuff like that. The one that gets me the most, I think it would have to get me the most, probably, I would say this one gets me the most. It's happened a couple times, believe it or not. They have a dog, a small dog. They had the dog go inside the house for 7 years, and then all of a sudden, they're moving in 2 weeks, and they want to housebreak the dog. I'm like, "You've been allowing the dog to go bathroom for 7 years inside, and now you want in 2 weeks, you wanna have the dog not go at all? Okay, good luck." I actually told him, "Good luck."
Yeah.
I was like, "Goodbye, go." I mean, honestly, I think anything's possible, but in 2 weeks? I'm like, "Yeah, good luck."
Yeah. Diapers.
I don't know what they're doing, but then I have to have the dog housebroken in 2 weeks after 7 years.
I I think the sense of urgency is fairly common. I would commonly get phone calls with, "I'm having a baby and I wanna prepare my dog for the baby's arrival." "Great, when is the baby due?" "This week." And the dog's never met another human child, and the baby is due this week.
That, you know what? That is, I don't know, but I haven't gotten that. What I got is, get having a puppy and a baby, and then
Mm,
they just they don't put the work into the puppy.
it's a lot.
And then the puppy's suffering, and the puppy's, being bad, stuff like that. That's the one that I'm like, you have a baby and you got a puppy?
Yeah,
Like, don't you have your hands full?
yeah.
And a lot of times, even people in the petting, even ones that have like young kids, I'm talking like 3, 4, something like that, 5, maybe even. Um, their hands are still full. They don't
Yeah.
have another dog. Um, so they don't think it's too small. I think they saw the end of I don't know if you saw the movie Terminator. The end of
Yes.
the movie, she's having a baby and she has a German Shepherd. You know what I mean? I guess they saw that as something, because they just made that's like the wrong mistake.
Yeah. I I it makes me think, like, did you grow up with dogs when you were young? Yeah,
I want a dog very, very bad. I wasn't until 26, 27 I got a dog.
wow, yeah, I think that it is really cool for a kid to be able to grow up with an animal. It doesn't have to be a dog, but I think it is
But you know
cool.
the thing is, I will tell you, and this is not only in dog world, it's also in other, I don't wanna say industries, but I wanna say other hobbies, is the right, I don't know what the right word would be, but I think me not having a dog when I was younger, I appreciate it more than if I had dogs since I was like 10. I think I put more work into it because I didn't have a dog. I think I've done more into it, everything, more research, more education, more everything, because I didn't have the dog, than if I was 10 years old and I had a dog.
Like deprivation.
Yeah. So I'll give you another example, like, um, martial art, I did martial arts. So martial art, right, wise, I struggle, not struggle, but I have to go and find what I want and pay for what I want. Then if like someone has the kid and they would have a martial arts school, and the kid has access to the martial arts whenever they want for free, you know what I mean? They don't have to put that
Yeah.
struggle. I have a friend, he's a great martial artist, he has a school, but his oldest son never trained, never wants to train. And then now he's in position, he wants to be in the military, he wants to be, well, maybe even a Navy SEAL, and he's gonna have to learn how to fight in martial arts. But he had his
He
whole
had access.
access all this time. He didn't have that struggle. He didn't have that. He had the access. Actually, he had the access. He just didn't take it. And I think it's the same way with dogs. I think if you have the dogs there, especially young kids, they'll appreciate as much.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Maybe. It also depends. It depends on the way they're raised or the way that things are. It's like, if it's within the family, people that, I don't know, maybe train dogs or have, breed dogs, the parents said, now they do it type of
yeah.
thing, and they're really, really, make sure everything's done right. I don't know, I guess it depends how they're raised.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. It's making me think too when I was a kid and I had a dog, families members that had schnauzers and chows and just really like getting excited about the different breeds and things. But yeah, I get why people would want to have a puppy and a baby, but maybe wait until the baby's not so much of a handful and the baby doesn't even know what's going on anyway at that point, I'm sure. I don't know a lot
Yeah.
about babies, but
Yeah, no, no, they don't know what they don't know what's going on. So, like I said, I don't think I would have appreciated dogs as much if I had one when I was 10 years old
yeah.
compared to later on.
Now you
That
mentioned
struggle, that whine that's so bad type of thing.
yeah, the deprivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned that in your area, not a lot of apartments. What types of dogs do you commonly see in that area?
Nothing unique. No, no, in that area, we're known for a lot of pitties, the bully breeds. That's common. It's like, some parts, I guess the South are known for like, uh,
Hounds and
like Cahoots,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Well, up here is one for the breeding pits and stuff like that. So, but I get everything. I mean, I get a reasonable amount of everything. I do every once in a while, I get an unusual breed that I'd never had before, and I consider I've been doing this, um, shoot, it's gonna be 16 years now. So considering I've been doing 16 years learning to train dogs. Um, I've been in the dog world 20 years. No, what was it? What's 2006? Yeah, 20 years I've been in the dog world. Um, I consider my first dog being me going to the dog world, entering the dog world, learning more about the dog world. But as far as training other people's dogs, it's been 16 years. And I rarely get unusual breeds that I don't run into, I haven't run into already. I don't think I don't think there's one breed I could say that I get 90% of the time.
yeah,
Um, I get everything, and I want market to everything, even though um, sorry, there's a fly in here. Even though I love my breeds, German Shepherds. I love German Shepherds. Love Belgian Malinois. Those are my breeds. I loved all breeds, but those I no my favorite. Um, I'll work with any dog, doesn't matter, and that helps me actually because I have people come to me and they'll call, oh, I called this trainer. I told her what breed I had, and she's like, no,
mm, yeah,
I get that. Believe it or not, I've told that quite often to notice it.
yeah. I've
Like
heard
they
that
won't
as
work with
well.
some breeds, they won't work with some behavior dogs. I'll work with everything. I don't care if the dog has a bite history. I don't care. I don't care. I would take precautions. I would do all kinds of stuff, but I am going to help that dog no matter what. And that's just me. I don't say everyone should do that. I don't think everyone's built to do that. Uh,
Yeah,
but it just helps me that I take every breed. I don't focus on one breed per se. It's a good thing, a bad thing. So that way, when that trainer's like, I'm not doing that breed, I do that breed. And like I said, I've had enough times come up to me that they're like, oh, wow, they turned me down and you didn't. So I like that. I like that a lot. Everything I try to business wise, I try to um, be more, not, I guess, open, or more possibilities to work with me than not to work with me. You know?
Yeah, it sounds like you're such a great resource for that area. Maybe share where folks can find you, like your website URL, and then what that first like starting point looks like. Is it a phone call? Is it an evaluation?
Well, first off, number one, they could find me on almost anything. I have whether I have a little thing or I have a lot of stuff material. I'm on every social media platform. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. I have YouTube videos. I have a bunch of YouTube videos. So if you like want, how does he train? How does it? It's on there. Instagram, all that stuff. So I'm out there.
And what would they look up? So I see your website is
Yeah, my
dtbeyond.com.
website is dtbeyond.com. They could Google that. Just be Dog Train Beyond. Just Google that. They could Google that, and they'll find. Hopefully, I'll be one of the top ones on the page. But as far as everything else, they could do just Dog Train Beyond, and they should pop up. Instagram, uh, Facebook, or YouTube. I usually recommend YouTube because YouTube has tons of videos of me working dogs from every breed to every size. So you want to see how I train the dog, look that up. If you like what I do, great. If you don't, good luck. Simple as that. If you don't like the way I do things, then that's fine. I'm not there's plenty of people to help. So they can find me on all that stuff. And then they contact me, we'll talk. Now, depending on how people need the help, that I need help now, right now. I had that yesterday, in fact. Guess what? She signed up right on the phone, and they're coming Monday. All right, great. You're not sure, you want to get to know me, we'll talk on the phone, and then you guys could come and meet me, and we'll do a free lesson eval. Um, I do that for mainly, I'll be honest with you, I do that mainly for the people, the leads. I I I'm going to say I'll work with your dog. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna work with your dog. I've been here long enough that I've been seeing enough dogs that it's a blur to me now. You do so many evals and work with so many dogs over the years, it becomes a blur. And that's not a bad thing, but it's just I worked with so many dogs, I'm like, I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, just to kind of elaborate, because I think I totally get what you're saying. When you've been a dog trainer for a length of time and someone calls with, he's jumping on the family and he knocked my mom down, to I get it. To them, this is very unique and
And the
it's very
winter,
personal, but to someone like us that's seen this 100 billion times, it's we've seen it. Don't worry, we got you.
yeah. And oh, the one that gets me the most, and this is the one that gets me the most. Um, when I have a car issue, right? I have mechanics. Listen, my blah 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 is doing this, blah 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 blah, blah doing the sound, but I don't know what's going on, or the lights going, blah 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 blah, whatever. I tell them, right? They're like, okay, no problem. What they tell you, bring it in. Let me check it out. Let me look at it. Right? They probably already know what it is, but they want they want they want they know the issue. They've gone through a million issues like we have dog wise. They gone through a car. They probably as soon as they see the car, they know exactly what's going on most of the time.
Yeah. The make and model, you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
see the same patterns with the
For
same
dog
vehicles.
wise, we've gone through a bunch of stuff, and gone through a bunch of issues, and I know how to fix it. I know what's going on. I push, and the thing about is it does. I guess it does bother me is that people call and like, I want you to come and see this. I'm like, I've always seen it 100 times, and they only want you to come to the house and work with the house. And I tell them the benefit. And, I mean, there are people at trains that do work in the house. Good for them. I don't do that. I've had bad experiences with that. I feel like when I did do it, I felt like nothing was getting done. The work was not there was the dog was not getting any benefits. It was getting no work done, and we're in the dog's territory. That's my personal opinion. I've worked with the dogs at their house, great, fine, but I usually have the dogs come into me. But when they're like, you see this problem, I'm like, I seen the problem. I exactly know you're going through, but they are so insistent, and sometimes I have to tell them, no, I don't need to see it. Uh, I don't train people at the house. And then I pass up on those leads. I don't need, because the thing is, oh, they're jumping, they're doing this. I'm like, I see a million times. I don't need to see it again. It's a waste. Money, time is money. The saying to everyone. So I mean, I'm willing to help you, but I see it. It's like the doctor. Doctor, I have this. Oh yeah, I'll give you a prescription. I know exactly what's going on. I took my dog a couple of years ago. I thought he was going blind. His eyes were all cloudy, and I thought he was blind. Doctor checked. I know exactly what's going on. I kid you not. 2 seconds. He's a specialist, of course. He's like, I know exactly what's going on. Gave him medication. Dog clear up the eye. I'm like, I thought my dog was blind. Um, but it's the challenge that bothers me. It's like I know what's going on. You're coming for help. I don't need to see it. Let's move. Let's go on. Let's start fixing this issue. But sometimes they think that they ain't never seen it, so you've never seen it.
And I think what bothers me too, as someone who's very solution oriented, and I know that that extra repetition that the dog now has to show me is not good, because the more repetitions they have, the harder things are to clean
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And if you come to us and you say, "Well, I have a husky and he's running away," that's what they do. You're not going to unclip the leash and be like, "See, so we don't need to see and add another repetition
Yeah,
of maybe." I've had it a lot where it's like, come over to my house. I want you to see how aggressive he is when you come
yeah,
in the front door.
yeah.
And it's like,
I seen it. I know what's going on.
yeah.
It's like I don't need to go over see it and put myself in a situation that is below the dog. Now I'm on the dog's home turf, and the dog feels more empowered. Like they don't understand that, but yet they call you for help. They know what's better. Like I was saying before, you got the good lead, you got the good people and the bad people. For me, when I was a dog owner, I used to travel 45 minutes to an hour to my trainer. 45 minutes. It wasn't like, oh, how far are you? You're 20 minutes? Oh, I gotta find a train closer.
Yeah.
I have that all the time. It's like I've had people say they're a half hour away and they're too far from me. Half hour away. I used to travel an hour away. I used to work, do doubles, double shifts, and then take my dog in the morning to go train. And he was an hour away. I traveled when I first got him. I did a board train. I went 3 hours away. Not every day, but I did it, a couple times. And then when I was running as a dog trainer, I had mentors. My mentors weren't around here.
Hmm.
They were hour and a half, Northwest, New Jersey. New Jersey's like I had a guy I was training with 2 hours away. 3 hours away. Sorry, 3 hours away. So it's funny. These people they're like, oh, you're 30 minutes? Oh my God, you're too far. 30 minutes? It's like it just that bother that gets me a lot too. Um I'm too far. When I was a dog owner, I even said, "Oh, oh, that is that too far?" It's like, can I do that? You know,
Yeah.
and I still made it happen. Like I said, the guy was about an hour away from me. The guy, my trainer, and I used to go there once a week, and we trained, and I still went about an hour when I was training underneath him every week. I still went about an hour, trained all day with the dogs and him, and then came home. Another hour home. I just don't get it. It all depends on people. People like are funny, like I was saying. Going you this you gotta deal with all kinds of people, you'll deal with all kinds of issues, you'll deal with all kinds of stuff, as you know. It just doesn't bother me anymore. I just think it's funny. My friends think my other trainers think I'm crazy because I kept all the loonies. I don't know if it's because it's New York or what.
You're
I
funny.
don't know what I don't know if it's New York. I really don't. I think it's just because it's New York. I really do. Not even New York. They're in New York. And one of them's in New York. She's in Putnam, and she doesn't get the crazy like I do. It's true. It's
Uh,
true.
I think too, I'm glad you brought up to us as dog trainers, we're all in on dogs. I love dogs. Dogs are so
Yeah.
cool. Like 40 hours a week training my dog. Let's do it. So it's hard for us to wrap our heads around people that are like, oh, 20 minutes, that's too far. But I think on the positive side, if you think about it, if you're one of those people that are like, I want it to be really convenient, like within 5 minutes of my home, this isn't something that you need to do for the rest of your dog's life. You're going to learn the things, you implement them, and then it becomes a way of life, and you don't need your hand held by that trainer all of the time. So, yeah, it might be a few weeks of driving, maybe longer, but the end result is going to be better because you're with a trainer that is going to get you the results.
I had one woman had pet told by two trainers in her area. She was Queens, Long no, she was in Queens. I think she was Queens, something like that. Which is far for me. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, right?
Yeah.
Two trainers told her, put the dog down. Dog saying, put the dog down. Can't help you. Came to me. She trained for months. I mean, she trained for months, months and months, and we got this dog to a point. Was the dog perfect? Absolutely not. But I will tell you what we did get would have that dog would have been dead. And unfortunately and unfortunately, he did pass away, but he passed away of cancer. He did not pass away because he was put down. Um, this dog, she done training with me, and we did everything, prawn collar, e-collar, all that stuff. No hope dog. She lost power in her house. Con Ed guy came on land on the property. He left, and he never told her that he was going to come back. Let the dog out. Dog had nothing on
Oh,
the dog had nothing. No equipment, no e-collar, no prong collar, nothing. Okay. Con Ed guy comes on property. Dog's right there. Like she was telling me the story. She had her baby in her arm, her little girl. Her mother was at the door in the house, the door, and the dog was right in front of the Con Ed guy. Before that dog would have bitten that guy, no without question. Well, she had the baby in her arms, no e-collar, no equipment. Calls the dog, come to her, go in the house. Dog did exactly that. Her mom was able to close the door. Dog was
wow.
safe. That would not have happened. Now it was luck or whatever, but that saved the train saved the dog. And she told me that story, and that was great. And that's what happened with months of training.
Mhm.
That months of training saved that dog from being put down because that dog would have bitten that guy, and I know it would have been a mess, a disaster, and that dog would have been put down.
Wow.
Most likely that dog would have, and that dog was a tough, strong dog. He would have gone after, not bite and then run away, bite and attack. Nothing happened.
Wow.
Okay, had a happy life. Got to grow a few years of that baby, her little girl, who could do anything to that dog. Dog died of unfortunate cancer, which is not great, but at least it's better than being put down because had bitten someone. So, but I like that because she put the work into it. She came in, she drove hour and a half, 2 hours, traffic sometimes. She'll put the work into it. Meanwhile, I get these people, I need help. Please help me. Help me. You want help? I'm gonna help you, and I will help you. But no, it's got you gotta really want it. You gotta really want it. And if you really want it, I'll help you. And I will be there to help you as much as I can. But you gotta really want it. No, 20 minutes. Oh, it's too far. 20 minutes too far.
The
This lady drove an hour and a half, 2 hours for months, almost probably a year, and she did that for her dog.
the 2 parts of that story that really stood out to me, because we talked earlier about how you don't train in their house. So, she came to you. You mentioned that a bunch of times that she's come to you. Now, the situation that you just described, everybody could understand where that could have gone south very,
100%.
very, very badly. So, she did the work, and then she was able to get the result in her house without you there. So that's kinda like, yeah, you may have to drive 20 minutes to get to Felix, but you're gonna be able to handle extreme situations like that where someone just lets your dog out and you could call him back and you're holding the baby, which makes, the dog a little bit more protective. You're in your house and the dog didn't bite anybody. And she was able to handle that without the equipment
Yeah.
and the
No,
baby in her arms. So that's
nothing,
empowering.
nothing on the dog. The dog was completely naked.
Yeah, that is quite a dramatic transformation and also empowerment that it's worth putting in the work because it's gonna be lasting. Now, is there anything else that you wanted to share about dog training beyond?
Well, the one thing I can say is, I could definitely help people. No, I can help them as much as they want help. If they want the help, I could help them. I'm not. I understand. I try to understand people for when they need what's going on with them. Um, so I understand. They'll have to. Oh, perfect example. Let me just give this one thing. I've had a local, and I'm gonna put this lady down. I don't know her name, so I can't even say her name, but she's a local trainer, and she yells at people. She yells at people. They make mistakes or they still do something wrong. They yell at people. She yells at them. I'm like, what kind of trainer are you? What kind of person are you to be yelling at um people that are looking for your help? What are you yelling at them for? Because
Yeah.
they don't know what you know? Because they make mistakes? They're gonna make mistakes. They all making mistakes. That's why they pay you. So I'm not like that. I'm very laid back as far as that goes. I know you're here. You're gonna make mistakes. And I had people I had people come to me and they don't know, they're confused, they don't know what they're doing, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. So don't worry about it. You'll mess up. You're doing a horrible job, but that's because you don't know any better, and that's what I'm gonna help you with. So that helps. That helps them. So if you work with me, I'm very laid back. I'm here for the dog. As long as you put the work into it and you're here for the dog, I'll be help you guys. I'll help whoever. And I've done it before, and I could continue doing it. As long as the people have the need, they have that means to listen. I need you. Tell me what to do. I'm gonna help you, but I'm never gonna yell at you. That's one of the worst things I ever heard. Um, yell at the people that are asking for your help.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and people take it. I think some trainers take it too seriously in the way. Like that not you take it gotta take it serious, but you can't take it so serious that you like yell at the person or you
You're
get
not having
angry.
fun.
It's not gonna make things any better. It's
Yeah.
not gonna make things better. I've been around other trainers and stuff like that, and I've learned what I don't want to be like. I've learned the way I want to be, the way that I would want my trainer to be, and hopefully I can picture that. I do that. Uh, like I heard another lady. She talks about her personal life most of the lesson. People are there for 1 hour. They don't want to hear what my favorite TV show is and whether he won that episode or he won that he was winning the world, saving the world. Don't get me wrong, I do talk about, this and that, we fall into conversation. But I'm not saying, you know what, listen, I got this personal issue and I need to tell you about it the next half hour, 45 minutes. It's like, no, let's talk about the dog. Let's get to work. Let's do the dog. And in the middle, we'll talk about, I've talked to people about TV shows and stuff like that, which, we had same similar favorite TV shows and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm not going to talk about my personal life 45 minutes and, you know, fi- uh, you know, 15 minutes talk about your dog. And when people come train with me, it's like, we're going to get to work. We're going to get to work. We'll do with your dog. Even if we talk, and I've had this, we talk 45 minutes, but guess what we talked about? The dog. Not, I got this personal issue and, and the sky's falling and, stuff like that, so, and then I had another trainer I worked with. This one, he didn't want to answer my questions. Why am I, blah, blah, no, what do you feel? What do you feel? What the how am I supposed to feel? And, like, he didn't wanna answer my questions. He was like, "Why are we doing this for?" Later on, I figured out why we doing it for, but at the time, I was like, "Why are we doing this for?" You know? And I get people answers. I don't make them mystified or anything like that. "We're doing this for this reason, and this and this and this." I might go into a tangent, but at least I tell them. So, my point is that I try to give them the value of what they deserve and what they need, the dog needs, give them the information, have some fun doing it. I do yell at people I work with when they start not having fun. When they start getting upset and stuff like that, I do yell at them. But the thing is, as you know, the dog will feel that.
Yeah.
The dog is gonna feel. The dog is not enjoying it.
Mhm.
You're not enjoying it. The dog's not gonna enjoy it. So, I think some trainers take it too serious, like the same in the world.
Yeah.
And
It's
my
not fun.
eyes and I've seen this in other industries. They're helping these people to save the world type of thing. I gotta be make it. You're not saving the world. Even more important jobs out there, you're still not saving the world. People are not gonna know who you are. You're not gonna be written the books. So don't act like you're saving the world from aliens or something. You know what I mean? Take a breath and help the people as much as you can. Help the dog as much as you can without, doing these outrageous things, yelling at people, um, you know, not telling the answer because you think you're so much higher my ear, um, you know, stuff like that. I give them the answer as much as I can. I try to give them as much information. We're gonna get to work, um, stuff like that, and have fun with it. Like I said, I tell them, I yelled them like, stop doing that. Too tense. Relax. The dog's gonna feel it. The dog's gonna know you're not having fun. Have fun, enjoy it.
Well, let me throw a scenario at you because I've encountered this as a dog trainer. And from what you just talked about, as we know, it's so important to not just be a coach for the dog, but to be a coach for the people. One of the pain points that I see sometimes is where husband and wife, they're kind of squabbling over the dog. The dog behavior is causing friction. Now they get into training with us as the trainers. We're trying to help them. Dad's not listening. And it's just causing a lot of friction within the marriage. Have you encountered situations like that?
Fortunately, oh yes, I have. I've seen it. That they weren't even my client, and that's sad. Um, not sad, sad. I shouldn't say sad. It's disappointing. Um, I saw a situation in which the wife, the kids wanted to help get the dog better, and the husband sat down, folded like this on the sofa, his legs. And this is why I don't do home lessons. But this was a Zoom, and his probably was so thing that he wanted to say that it was not gonna work. So I said, and what happened was, and this was like lesson 2. This happened before lesson 2, lesson 3, which that's nothing. The dog bit someone, and he's like, ah, basically he didn't say that, but it's basically, I told you that could work. You know, meanwhile
Yeah.
the kids want to save this dog, the wife wants to save this dog, but the husband's like, it's not gonna work. I told you it's not gonna work. Instead of being like, listen, we're gonna help this, we're gonna be together, help this dog. So yeah, I've unfortunately I encountered that. Um, and I've actually had a case one time. This family brought this dog. Wife was bringing the dog, working the dog. Husband never wanted to work the dog. Never did the commands. Or a place he wasn't using place as a place command, right? He's using place as having the dog walk next to you, close to you. So a let's go, a heel. So his definitions weren't right to what we usually use for, like, say, place, but that's okay, because I'll tell people, I don't care what the command is you use. You can use donut as place, as long as the definition's right. I don't
Mhm.
care what the command is, right? So if you say donut and the dog places and that's what you want and that's the right thing, I don't care, that's fine. But the problem was that the family, the wife wasn't using the same as him. He was just saying whatever, and it wasn't what she's been doing. And she works with the dog a lot. So he came in one lesson and he got upset because it was me. I was telling him he's not right, and she was telling him he was not right.
Mhm.
It wasn't just me. I was telling him he's not doing the right thing, and she said, "You're not saying the right thing. It's not the way we do it." And he got so upset. He was like, this is a man." He got so upset, and instead of saying, "Listen, what's the right thing? What should I be doing?" Okay, I got it now. I'll do it now. No, he left my place like a 2-year-old, and then cancel the rest of the training.
Oh.
Cancel the rest of the training. And mind you, I help people with payment plan. I shouldn't do this, but I do it. Tell people, and I know there's a risk. I do payment plans, so they can't get it financially through a firm or something like that. I will finance it myself. I'll do payments with them if that helps them. And I was doing payments with them. So I took a chance by helping them, and he sort of kicked me in the butt by now saying, "Oh, we're not going to do it no more. We're done." It's because he couldn't take criticism, and she even told me, the wife, he couldn't take criticism.
Yeah.
Instead of being there to help the dog and help the wife and help the family, help everyone that loves that dog, he let his pride get in the way. He let his pride get in the way. And I'm used to guys like that anyway, because I was a cop, and I dealt with a lot of cops cops said, full crap. They're full. It's just it's not because they're cops, but they have that personality. So instead of saying, "Listen, okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay,
Mhm.
I'll go fix it." No, he ran out, slammed the door,
Oh.
leaving like a 2-year-old, and then and me and the wife was telling me, yeah, he doesn't do it right. He doesn't he says the wrong things, and I try to correct him, and he won't listen. And I correct him, and when he was there, I correct. No, I'm like, this is not you could do it at this point, but you can't do it at this point. You could do this point, but you can't do it at this point. And he's like, he just didn't. He's like, what? It's because he wasn't following the training, or he got these confused, whatever it was, and he couldn't take it. And then she was saying the same thing, and he let his emotion take over him, and then he canceled train with me, and then he blamed me. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
she was saying the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I asked you that question, because I figured with the police training, de-escalation, and just the way, you're talking now, I'm like, I bet you would probably be very successful with these kind of situations where we have our husbands and we know
If
that.
they're willing to help and take part, I will help. I will work with anyone. I don't care who comes. I will work with anyone. But the thing is, I've learned you're not gonna make a horse drink water. You're not. You're just not. I don't care who you. There's a lot of these trainers out there. A lot of these people. They think that they say something and it's gonna change the world. I hate this, and I don't want to sound like bad. It's not gonna change the world. You put your voice out. If I do put my voice out there, it's just a self thing of letting my release, if you will. But I don't think I'm gonna change, because listen, we can't allow these dogs to do this. No one's gonna listen to me. They're not gonna
Yeah.
listen to me. So a lot of these trainers, they think that their wood is gold, and no, it's not. So and going back to the owners, it's the same thing. If I say something, they're not gonna take it. They might take it, they might not. But when they not, if they don't want to take it, I can't lead them to war. I can't. And I've seen this husband thing a few times. I even seen the wife. It happened to wife that she was doing the same thing, and they just get this ego thing. Instead of focusing on what needs to be done, they're focusing on themselves and their emotions. Give you one more real quick thing. You might have seen this. Ladies in the Home Depot. Her dog gets attacked. She's with a friend, and her is getting attacked, and she goes on the ground. Instead of stopping, helping her dog, she goes on the ground like that, right? Her friend or family, whatever, is still helping the dog. The dog gets out. They break the fight, and she's still on the ground, like pouting and not caring. And her back is to her dog, right? So she doesn't know if her dog's loose or what. But she's so into her own self instead of helping. What's the task at the point? Save your dog.
Mhm.
That's the task. No, she goes into this fit. She's like, her dog's behind her, is going on behind her, and they separate the dogs. The dog's fine, but she doesn't know that because her back is to them. So she's allowing her emotions, instead of doing what has to be done, she's allowing her emotions to take over. And unfortunately, people do that all the time. Not in that drastic thing, but they allowed that to happen. And that's what happened with these husbands. And I see great husbands. I see great families. I see great owners. I see bad owners. I seen it all. They like the first one. I was saying he's like I told you I was right. I told you. And instead of jumping in to help them. He's laying back on the sofa, his arms crossed, his legs are up, and he's like this. Meanwhile, the kids and the wife were trying to train the dog to save that dog. The dog had bitten someone, right?
Yeah.
The husband's just like this.
I would think that that would be a big motivator sometimes in a family with a dog that is causing friction in the family, just like kids cause friction in families. And, someone reaches out to us dog trainers because they want someone in their corner. They know what needs to be done. They know they need a trainer. They know they need help, but maybe their spouse is making things more difficult. So I think having someone like you in their corner to help navigate that. You've explained some more extreme situations. I'm sure you're fantastic with helping people in this situation who want someone in their corner. But it's good for me to hear as a fellow dog trainer, because I've been in that situation before with male chauvinistic folk, and it's challenging for me, and I'm like, "Oh boy, how do I deal with this?" So, yeah, you sound like a fantastic trainer
And
to
it's
have in
gonna
your
it's,
on your side.
it happens with partners. It happens a lot of times, husband, wives, or partners. It's happened. I've seen it, but fortunately, I just deal with what I have, and I help them as much as I can. Um, that was a recent one, the one that the husband walked out. I have your wife telling me this. She's telling me the same thing, and you can't. She's telling me what? No, you're not even doing the commands right. You're saying place when there's no cot around.
Yeah, it's
You
kinda
know,
like lying to the dog at that point because it's
yeah,
confusing or
you're
yeah,
saying the commands the wrong way. The dog doesn't understand. How's the dog going to be successful? And then when they come, he doesn't want to work with the dog. Okay, fine. You want to work with the dog, you whatever, but don't get upset when I tell you, no, you're doing something wrong. No, that's not the right way. And then he got upset. Yeah, I tell you, I never saw anything like that. Ran out, stormed out like a 2 year old, like really slammed my door, like closed the door hard. And I'm like, oh, I know something's gonna happen out of this. You know, I had another thing years ago, same thing. The husband didn't want help. They had a puppy, very high energy German Shepherd. They want help. And I was like, like, I was playing with him. I'm like, oh, you're a strong guy, but you still got a soft spot for that puppy and blah, blah, blah. I must have said something because he turned out not to like me. I was over their house to help them. And I said something. I forgot why. It was a long time ago. I must have said something. And he didn't like me. And then I kid you not, right after that, we got another dog trainer. We'll send her to.
ego, yeah,
Yeah, I must have said something because I know you're strong willed, but you got a soft spot for that puppy, blah blah. I
aw,
said something like I remember saying
yeah,
something, and he must have didn't like it, or whatever. Because I'm telling you, right after, but he was another one, just just all right.
yeah.
But then again, don't do that. But then complain that you're right when you're not even getting into it.
Yeah, I think it takes an experienced dog trainer because I remember, like, when I was 17 and I was a young dog trainer and, to encounter scenarios like that where you're trying to help and you're trying to assess, you're trying to teach, and you're hoping they wanna learn, and you have someone just looking at their phone, and it's rude and it's hard. So I think how it takes experience.
That's why I don't do it in their house because the very first
Mhm.
one, the first ones I had, the owner was laughing. Like everything I tell her, I'm just a grown adult. Everything the dog, everything, everything I did, everything I did with the dog.
Oh my
And
god.
then it was like Grand Central Station. Everyone in the house was
Oh,
going through the
yeah.
living room. Everyone was going through it.
Yeah.
Like it kept on getting interrupted.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm not. We had a couple lessons, right? I did like small package. I'm like, if she wants help, she's gonna call me. Right? We had like 1, 2 more lessons. She calls me. She don't call me. She don't call me after that. What am I supposed to do with that? If
Yeah.
you're laughing at every little thing the dog does, the mother and say, "Oh, I'm like, you're feeding the dog too much. The dog's overweight. Oh, well, the dog has to eat, blah, blah," and they're feeding the dog.
Yeah.
They're giving the dog tip all day, and then they're giving him these big meals, chicken and beef and rice, right? And then the owner is laughing at every single thing I'm doing. The whole family lives there, so they're going through the room we're in. So it was a disaster. I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. It's not gonna work out. The dog's not learning anything. I'm on his turf. This interruptions after interruptions. And she doesn't care. She's laughing. She's asking me for help, and then everything that happens, she's laughing. I stopped doing that, and I started doing, and that's just like my mentor. I have them come to me, and that way we walk the dog in a strange place they don't know, and they can overcome. I have a puppy. First lesson today. Came in before for a free lesson. Actual first lesson today. Guess what? The puppy was scared of everything, the cot, everything. When he left, he was more comfortable, way more comfortable. They didn't want to go on the cot, much more, got progress. Very scared puppy. In a doodle. Nice dog, but very scared. And that's why I do it. Now that dog is working in a strange place. So
Mhm.
now this week, the owner's gonna walk him at home. So now that's
Yeah,
two places the dog got worked.
good point. Yeah.
And that's benefit for the dog.
Yeah, yeah. The story you just shared before, the puppy, having the struggles in someone's home and saying, "All right, there's some cons with training in the home. I'm gonna shift, I'm gonna pivot, and I'm gonna train at my facility." I like that you're so solution oriented, and because a lot of us dog trainers, we just keep trucking, and that's where we get burnout. And it's hard because folks can't learn. So you're putting them in a different environment that's more like school. So very solution oriented. So yeah, kudos to that.
Yeah,
We
it's all about the dog. It's always about the dog.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. And we are at the top of the hour. So unfortunately we have to wrap it up, even though I loved the stories you've been
I
sharing.
I could do this all day.
I think it's easier for folks to pay attention when they're listening to stories. And I
Mhm.
felt like your stories were quite
Oh man,
entertaining
I got
too.
so much stories. I got so much stories. Oh, one last one, real quick
Okay.
one.
Yep, yep.
Where did I learn to be more engaging, more active? You know where I learned that from?
Oh,
The police
from where?
academy.
Mm,
I went to in Westchester. I went to Westchester Police Academy first, right? And this was 03, 2003. The instructors, some instructors were so bad, people will fall asleep.
mhm.
Like there was one that came in and said, "Listen, if you're gonna fall asleep, stand up." Because he said the year before, someone slammed their head on the table so hard they knocked themselves out.
Oops.
So my point is that I learned to uh try to be interesting and
Mhm.
engaging and stuff like that because I saw what it was like the opposite was like, and it was just bad. I mean, people like
Yeah.
you have a whole room full of people,
Yeah.
like they're just knocked out. They're falling asleep. So that's why I learned that one from.
Yeah, and that's part of teaching people too, and,
Oh, they were bad.
yeah.
They were bad. They were bad. I mean, teaching should not be everyone. Should
Mhm.
not be everyone. Not everyone could be a teacher. My opinion. I don't think I'm a great teacher either. I think I got a lot. Oh, let me just tell you, I have to shout out one thing, and I will say it to. I bet there's others out there, but I'm telling you, the best instructor out there, in my opinion, as far as teaching, he could teach me about flowers, and I'll still be entertained, engaged. Michael Ellis.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I've been listening to him for at least 10 years. That freaking guy, I met him once. I met him a couple years ago. I went to he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Such a freaking nice guy. He gave me a tour of the school for no reason. Just because I called his wife. I was like, listen, I'm a big fan. I just wanted to say hello to him. And I was in California. I was driving by and I had a little bit, like literally a little bit of time. And she's like, yeah, come in. And she forgot to tell him. He's at the place. He's like, yeah, come in. I'll show you the place. He took gave me a tour. Really nice. Really, really
Mhm.
nice guy. But I could listen to that guy all day. If you're a dog trainer and you want to learn how to teach people, listen to him. He is fantastic. I don't know it's because of his voice, the way he acts, or what. He is just.
Yeah.
I talk to my friends about him all. My friend about him all the time, and she loves him too. Just he could, like I said, he could talk about seeds. and
Yeah.
I'll still be entertained. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I
A lot
love
of
listening to
people
him
have.
talk about, the pigeon racing, if you've ever heard him. I did a podcast with him,
Oh,
and
he
he talked
did?
about his
I
pigeons.
I I know, I hear, oh
I'll
my
send
god.
you that one. Well,
That
oh,
freaking guy, he's amazing.
speaking of dog trainers that, you have followed and have helped shape you as a dog trainer, before we got on the podcast, we did talk about Molly, and I would love for you to share a little bit about.
Oh, Molly was not, my business not a dog mentor, training
Mhm.
mentor. She was a business mentor. I've had a few of them. And Molly was so, so, so nice. She was always really nice. How you doing? She's so always nice. She when you were with her, she gave you attention. I was with her on and off for years. I was telling you, I started with her so far back when she was either giving away or selling CDs.
It's a long time
I
ago.
had the collection in my old car. I had, the multiple CDs, and you could shift between them in the car, and I still had
Yeah.
them. Like, she was great. She was really great. She was a really nice lady. She was one of my business mentors. She was really nice. I was jealous of her because she was, like, living in Hawaii and stuff like that. I'm like, "Man, you live in nice
Yeah.
places." But, I'm like, I'm freezing here, and you're a nice warm weather." But yeah, she was a really nice lady. It's too bad what happened to her and stuff like that because, um, she was really, really, she was a good one. You could trust her. You could definitely trust her on helping you.
Yeah, I hope that, Jason, her husband, I'll reach out to him because I would love to have him on my podcast to
Yeah,
chat more about what
I
he's
I
got
I
going
spoken
on.
to them a little bit, not much as her, but yeah, they were really nice people. No, but yeah, it sucks. It just sucks.
Mhm.
And she was definitely a good one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing. I'm glad you shared about Michael and about
No,
Molly at
Mike
the end
off.
there.
I'm telling you that he's. You know what I like about him too? He doesn't interject into anything. He just does his thing.
Yeah.
He just does his thing. He's not trying to make waves. He's not. But I could listen to him about stuff if and whether he's 100% right or not. I just like listening to him and learning from him. And I'll tell you, I used to get the DVDs, little book DVDs, 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I watched 3 hours. I can't watch 20 minutes of a TV show nowadays. And I used to watch 3 hours of him healing, whatever. It was just magic to me.
Oh, yeah.
And just listening to him, really good, talented instructor. He was a talented.
Absolutely.
I don't, and that's something. That's another topic, but I don't care if he ever won a competition. I don't care if he ever won anything. Whatever his knowledge was um amazing. Just was really engaging, amazing.
Mhm.
So he was like the top of my opinion, one that he still is. I think he's one of the top guys out there. Um, I'll say he's not a business guy. He's just dog training. And I think you could get such value from him. Um yeah, he's a great guy. And like I said, he just does his thing. As far as I know, he just does his thing, and that's it. And that's the way we should all be. I think there's a little too much, putting everyone's opinion on everything else.
Actually, that is something that I recall. It was a while ago. I had Michael on my podcast, and that was something that we talked about as well. Um, I think we talked about letting other people kind of shape the direction of your life. It was quite motivational. So I will send that one over to you. So for anybody listening, definitely listen to the
Appreciate it.
Michael
Yeah.
Ellis podcast.
Well, once again, if anyone wants help in New York area, about hour New Jersey, 30
Poughkeepsie.
minutes from Connecticut, I'm here in Poughkeepsie, need help or anything like that. But
Go to
I definitely,
DT.
definitely, definitely, definitely here for the dogs.
dtbeyond.com. And thank you so much, Felix. I really enjoyed our conversation. You're super fun to listen to.
I could do this. I could do this all day talking about dogs.
I know the last time we talked on the phone, I think it was
Hour,
like an hour and a half. Yeah.
I'm not, I could do it. I could go on. Whether you're talking about dogs, business, if it's my area, I could talk about it.
Yeah, I think the last conversation we had was more business oriented because that is my jam. I'm a dog trainer, but I also like to help dog trainers with their business. And yeah, you definitely are
And the
not
other
very
thing also, a lot of trainers need to learn more about business. They really do.
definitely. Yeah, that's something that I wish I like when I first went into dog training. It was like dogs are cool. I love dogs. I want to learn all about dog behavior. But I wish at the time I leaned more into the
And
business
it's
side.
like that. It's like that a lot of other stuff. Like I have a friend. He runs a martial arts school. Guess what? You have to have a black belt in martial arts. You have to have a black belt in business.
Yeah,
It's really it's
good
like you
way to
have to
put
have
it.
multiple things. People, uh, the one thing I hate. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. And I've been told this. Believe it or not, if you're good at dog training, business will come. And I don't believe in that. I don't
No,
believe in that. I think you
no.
still have to have some form of business marketing, something. You have to have something out there. Just because you're good at train dogs, you know, build it, they will come. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all.
Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
I've been told that. I've been told that.
Yeah,
Totally
I
wrong.
I agree with you, and I think that a lot of our competitors, the dog trainers up the street, that's maybe the mindset they have. They're not working their business. So I know working your business is hard, but you're the one that's going to survive. And
I want them to believe that that
that's
people
true.
run business. I want them to believe that. It's better for me.
Yeah.
So when they forget, this has happened too. They forget to call lead.
Hmm.
Guess what? Oh, I contacted them. They never called me back. You called me back 5 minutes later. And it's like, no, and I know dog trainers have done this. They've gone to seminars, or they've gone to trials, and they forget to call their leads.
Yeah.
It's like it's like listen, you gotta be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to have fun too, but you got your priorities wrong. You need to run your business to make that money so you could go on trials. The trials is not gonna win you awards.
Well, you might win an award at the trial, but it's not going
Money.
to
I
pay
mean
the
money,
bills. Yeah, it's not
money.
going to pay.
Money.
Yeah.
The trials is not gonna win you money. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So and there was another guy, famous guy, Rich Piana. He died a few years ago, but he was one. It was a bodybuilding thing. Competition, same thing. Everyone wants competition. They want to win competition. They do no social media. They don't put they have no marketing or anything like that. He did marketing. He didn't win any huge competitions. Became huge, huge following, and he was making money. Meanwhile, there's other guys that uh comp like level competition higher than him. They weren't making money.
Mhm. Well said.
It's not. People think that it's the next technique. It's the next seminar. It's I need to train with this. Don't get me wrong. I was like that too at one point, but it's not about that. It's about how to feed your business. And I'm struggling doing that. I've been doing that for a while, and I'm still struggling to try to figure out how what works, what doesn't. It's a struggle. It's not lovely, but guess what? That's what's going to keep you from having the vacation and the money and stuff like that. Not going across the country to do a trial and then win a $20 trophy. That's not going to do it. I mean, and if you do get lucky and you become huge and your name becomes huge, 20, 30 years later, you get lucky and you some market, great, wonderful. It's not your business is going to suffer for it.
Yeah. Yeah. All well said. Um, Thank you so much,
No problem. Thank
Felix.
you.
This has been such a fun conversation. We took a different shift at the end there, but that's my jam. So maybe you can be on again and we can talk
No,
more about the business stuff.
I'm always available. I could do this whole day.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Thank you.
again. And for folks that would like to visit Felix's website, so it's dtbeyond.com. And then for my website, automationdogs.com. And again, I'm Lianne Shinton. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.